Hello yogi, and welcome to your yoga mat, to your yoga practice. Let's get started in a delightful child's pose, Balasana, at the end of your mat. You can choose knees wide or knees together. If knees are wide, perhaps you find a bit more space for belly, but if you have knees together, you might find there's a little bit more stretch through the whole spine. You can reach your arms out ahead of you, resting forehead down, or go ahead for a bit more of a cocooned position, a bit more of a contemplative position. Reach your arms back by your heels and relax these shoulders. Let them kind of drip off into the earth. Close your eyes, and as you breathe here, breathe into the back body. Feel that your skin at your forehead is maybe bunching up a little bit as the pressure of your weight of your head rests on the earth. And with each breath, maybe you grow a bit softer, releasing any grip you've got, any need for control. This is not a space where you need to have control. This is a space for you to feel safe, and let this be a reminder to yourself. These 30 minutes are really for you to wind down, not just in a physical way, but in a mental way. Notice if your body is still holding on to any tension, any rigidity. And on your next out breath, see if you can dissolve and grow heavier a little bit more. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Notice the feeling of your body pressing into the earth. Allow yourself to feel held up and embraced by the earth around you. And if anything has been suppressed or held back, let this be the time to let it go. No one's watching you. No one can see you. This is your space, your time, so feel free. And as we breathe in through the nostrils, feel that your ribs and your back body lifts a little bit to create space in your belly. Feel maybe more softness and space through your lower back. Let's all breathe in together and out. And on your next breath in, place your hands on either side of your face. Peel your head and your chest off the ground, off your knees, to come into a kneeling position. You may separate your knees a little bit if you need more space. Let's roll these shoulders up, back, and down our spines a couple times as we find ourselves upright. Breathing now, not just into back body, but to front body. Resting shoulders down your spine. Drop your right ear over to right shoulder, and then go ahead and then draw slow circles with this head, opening up through any rigid or closed off spots through the neck. Notice if there's any tension through face, and try relax through jaw. Let's reverse the circle. And slowly come to find your head through center. You can keep that soft gaze or closed eyes, or you could go ahead and just wink or flutter these eyes open. We're going to take just a couple rounds of counted breathing. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. If you wish to go a bit slower, a bit faster,
do so, do what your body needs. But to help us encourage that deeper Ujjayi breathing now. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue counting or not counting, just feeling at your own beat and pace. Ujjayi breath is that subtle closing off at the back of your throat, maybe a sounding breath. But if you find this is creating more tension for you, just focus on breathing deep, full, unhurried breaths. Taking one breath all together, in slow. And out slow. Let our eyes open if closed, and walk your hands forwards until they're beneath your shoulders and we're in this tabletop position. Spread your fingers. Now stretch your belly down, your heart front as you breathe in through cow. Exhale, push the earth away. Indulge in the sensation of the stretch in this cat. Inhale as we arch, shoulders circle down your spine. Exhale through cat, pushing the earth away. One more time, feeling the stretch through the muscles in both a cat and a cow. Exhaling through cat. Tucking chin in and then coming to neutral spine. Send your feet back so you find yourself in a plank position. Shifting front and back. Now bend through knees and send your hips all the way towards the sky. Magnetize one heel towards the earth, pulling it close to the earth, and then the other. And as you do so, like you're a cat and you're kneading some dough, you know how cats do with their hands or their paws, do the same with yourself, with your hands on the mat, kneading an imaginary dough. Shifting gently side to side and growing that connection between your limbs and the ground. Come through a center downward facing dog with the knees bent. As you inhale, shift your shoulders over wrists to plank. Feel your core is driving the movement. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. 4 more times. Inhale for 1. Exhale, hips to the sky. Inhale, front for 2. Exhale to the sky, push the ground away. Inhale, front for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale through downward facing dog. Send your right toes to the sky, bend through the knee. Let's circle it out a couple times in one direction, then the other. Bring the knee to your chest and step the foot by your right thumb. Lower the back knee down and send your heart front, hips front. Wiggle a bit through the hips, shifting side to side. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your torso over your hips. As you exhale, bring your palms to prayer, reach your elbows wide, and twist towards the right. If you'd like to take this further, as you twist to the right, you could lean front, so you're twisting to tap your left elbow to right knee. Then as you inhale, come through center, arms up through Anjaney. 4 more times. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, centering. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping back, take a breath through plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, rise to a low cobra. Exhale, dipping your chest, your belly back down. Push over your knees to find child's pose briefly. Then rock front. Let's meet in downward facing dog once again. Sweep left leg up to the sky. This time, bend through the knee, open up through the hips, and then draw those circles in one direction. And then in the other direction. Breathe in. Left knee to chest now. Step the left foot by your left thumb. Lower the back knee. Send your heart, your belly front for a moment to get the stretch. Keeping the breath even in these moments of limbo, of transition. Your next breath in, sweep arms front and up. Breathing in. Exhale, hands in prayer, twisting to left. This is 1. Inhale through center, rise up and tall. Exhale, twist 2. Breathing, reaching further with fingers. 3. 4. Explore different places in these movements. And 5. Inhaling through center. Plant your hands down on the earth. Let's meet in a strong plank. Breathing in here. As you exhale, let's find chaturanga, coming halfway down and then rolling your heart front. You can come to cobra first. We don't have to go to upward facing dog just yet. Slither a bit side to side and look past your left shoulder to your left heel. Right shoulder to right heel. Through center, inhale, heart lifts higher, shoulders back. Exhale, dipping back down, rolling over your knees and meeting in downward facing dog. Deep breath in here, and then open your mouth and release it there. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Feet are hips distance. Bring fingertips to shins. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale with a bend through the knees. Let's fold. Grab a hold of opposite elbows and sway side to side, releasing any tension through lower back, maybe middle back, maybe the neck. Feeling the hamstrings slowly open up. Releasing your elbows, let's slowly bend through knees. Press through feet to roll up, vertebra by vertebra. And from your standing tall Tadasana, bend through knees, sit your bum back, sweep your arms front and up in a chair position. Inhale here. As you exhale, stand tall and reach your right knee up. Hands can tap the knee. You're really hiking the knee high, working this right hip flexor. Inhale, stepping back, sitting back in chair. Exhale, left. So we're marching a bit. Inhale to chair. Exhale, right knee lifts. Inhale. Exhale, left. Press down through the standing heel. Inhaling always in chair. Once more on each side. Staying in chair position, hold. Breathing in deep. Exhaling. Inhale again. Exhale, right knee lifts. Stay with your right knee up. Shoulders down. Then holding on to your hips, bend this standing leg and transition slowly to warrior 3. Hug elbows towards one another. Flex your right foot and see if you can straighten this left leg. It doesn't have to go to complete straight, but just straightening maybe a little bit more. Deep breath in here. Exhale, bend this left knee, step back to lunge. Sweep your arms front and up. Exhale, cactus, and stick your tongue out. Inhale, reaching up. Stick your tongue out, big exhale. Once more. Let this be an outlet. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, reach forwards. Press into your left foot. Take a preparation breath in. And as you breathe out, hands to hips, transition to warrior 3. Inhale to this diagonal lunge. Exhale, coming forwards in this balance, warrior 3. And stepping back to this angled lunge. 3 more. Use your breath, focusing on this left leg. And final one. Bring your right knee into your chest, stand tall. Exhale, step it back down. Inhale through chair pose. Stay. Exhale here. Inhale once more. Exhale, stand tall. Left knee hikes up. Hands glide from your knee to your hips. Elbows hug in. Bend right knee and then shift forwards as your left leg extends behind you, finding a warrior 3 position on this side. Point your left big toe down. Press the ground away. Can you lengthen the crown from the foot? Bend your right knee and land back to lunge. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, lion's breath. Stick the tongue out, let it go. Twice more. Pull something down with you with your arms. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, leaning forwards. One more breath in. Belly is in, it's strong. Exhale, finding warrior 3. Inhale to lunge. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And final one. Stay for a pause. Then left knee hikes up to your chest as you stand tall. Step back down, sit your bum back in chair and hold as you breathe. Hands can come to heart. See if you can lower a little bit more. Lift your toes. Now roll onto your toes. Lift your heels. Let's rock back and front on the feet. Toes lift, then heels lift. Beautiful. From here, heels go down. Let's fold over legs. Inhale, rise to chair. Exhale, fold over legs. Bum back to chair. Uttanasana. Utkatasana. Keep transitioning between these two. Find your flow of breath, spinal movement. And we remind ourselves of why yoga uses the term flow so often. And that strength doesn't just lie in your physical endurance, in the muscles quivering, but in your ability to adapt. So the ability to flow, go with the flow, and to find ease in the effort of anything you do. So notice if your face is tensing up, if you're holding in your breath. Beautiful. Stay in Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift halfway up. See if you found a bit more space with that warmth to fold a bit deeper. Lift halfway up. Plant your palms. Step your feet back to plank. Finding chaturanga. Then send your heart front. Maybe coming to upward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, let's meet. Downward facing dog. Push the earth away. Let's knead the bread again. Then lower the knees down beneath our hips. Walk your hands front, melt the heart. You can find your heart opening Anahatasana. Chin can be down, nose or forehead. For more challenge, rise to fingertips, lift elbows off the earth. Elbows down, rock your spine slowly forwards to come onto forearms. Shimmy side to side. And then cross your fingers, bring your elbows, shoulders distance apart. So beneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and send your hips to the sky like you're in downward facing dog. Walk your feet in a bit closer. So we find a dolphin position here. Push the earth away with your shoulders. Big breath in and out. When ready, walk your feet back so you're in this forearm plank on your elbows, keeping hips fairly high. Rock your hips towards the right like the ship is rocking a little bit with the current. And then off and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Heels point to the right. Heels up and over to the left. Come over towards the right, and then come into a side arm plank on your forearm. Turn your right forearm so it faces the left side of your mat. You can have palm down or make fists. Reach your left arm up and over. Can you breathe in through this effort and find your sense of ease? Then place your left forearm down so that the fist faces the right side of the mat. Come onto the left side of your feet. Right arm goes up and over. Beautiful. Coming to find both forearms on the ground, making fists. Lower your knees down, lower your belly, point your toes back, and then rise into a high cobra, hands down, maybe even fingertips, as shoulders don't roll down your spine and your heart lifts. Big breath in here. Exhale, melt your belly down. And reach your arms back. Hands lift off the floor. Chest lifts off the floor. Knees lift off the floor. Squeezing your back body, lift your gaze for 5, 4, maybe a bit higher. 3, 2, 1, relaxing down, hands underneath your shoulders. Send hips all the way back. Rest forehead down, and once again, gain that lovely stretch through the lower back. Softness through belly and heart. Rolling into tabletop and downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Take a fold. Bend through your knees. Let's find our beloved Utkatasana once again. Reaching arms front and up. Breathe in. As you exhale, hands to prayer, twisting to left. Now you could once again have elbow to the outside of the knee or just tapping it, or go ahead and reach your arms wide open. We're not staying for very long. We're going to transition this. Lift up your right heel, then right foot. Step it back, finding a balance in this twisted lunge. As I said, you could be up here, reaching with this left arm, or here, wherever you are. Keep your spine long as you breathe. Then we're going to completely turn this around into reverse warrior. Windmilling your arms, flatten that right foot down, tip back onto this right calf, bending left knee front. Left arm reaches away across your ear line. Big breath in. Exhale, frame left foot and step your right foot to the top. Take a fold. Then bend through your knees, rise through chair. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, twist towards the right this time. Lift to your left heel, then left foot. Step it far back. Stay in this twist. Adjust if you need to. And when you're ready, windmill arms, turning to the left. Seal your left foot down. Make sure you're on the mat. And then tip it back for reverse warrior. Reaching right knee far away from crown. Inhale here. Exhale, frame your right foot. This time you're going to simply place your right knee behind your right wrist and the right shin and calf drapes across the mat as you lower your back knee down, untuck the back toes, and we find ourselves in pigeon. Single, one-sided pigeon. Now, if this is really tough for you, you could find this on your back, or you could even place a blanket, a pillow underneath this right hip as we ease into it. Feel free to go as low as your body's calling for. With each breath out, see if you can once again find softness, just like we did at the very beginning of class. And in today's class, as we found repetitions, we grow our resilience and our sense of grace. There is a Rumi quote I would like to share with you that has to do with this idea of going with the flow and this being a form of strength. And it goes, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And don't worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? And as you rest here in this hip stretch, maybe you have life-changing moments, life-altering events that have rocked your world in the past or in the present, and that perhaps have caused you to feel fear or trepidation or uncertainty about what's to come. And let this be a reminder that we don't know that what's to come is necessarily worse than what has been. It could be better. Bring hands down to the earth. Tuck your back toes under, lift off just so that you can lift up this right knee without much strength from the foot to step it back, using your core to help you out to bring left knee now behind left wrist, draping that shin across the mat. Doesn't have to be perpendicular to the front of the mat, just at the angle that works for you so that your hips can remain fairly square to the earth and you can find yourself lowering down and easing more openness into that left hip now. Exhales are gonna give you a sense of release and relief. And hopefully today, as with other yoga practice, you found that you were able to wobble, to play, to be open to falling and tripping, embracing that side of vulnerability that comes with the strength that yoga teaches. Growing more resilient to challenges and changes that come your way. It is when we are rigid and holding on that we can't adapt well. So in your final few moments of softness here in your single-sided pigeon, remembering that those who survive and thrive the best are not necessarily the strongest. This can be in all manners of speaking, but let's think about a yogi. It doesn't necessarily have to be the strongest yogi or the smartest yogi, the most technical yogi, but the ones who are most responsive to change, to learning from what works for them, learning how to go with the flow. From here, we're going to roll out of it through our left hip. So rolling onto that left hip, then sweep your right foot around in front, stepping your feet down. Just center yourself on the mat and set up your space, whether that's inviting warmth or candlelight or soft music. Create this nice sanctuary for yourself to come into your final poses. Roll onto your back. Let's hug knees towards armpits, flex your feet, and then lift these feet up to the sky. Channeling your inner child, grab a hold of the outer edges of these feet. And as we open up the angle behind the knees, anchor your pelvis to the earth, rock side to side, and feel a deep opening around the groin as your back and your head sinks into the earth. Let your most open, calming breaths now flood your body. And ever so slowly, glide your hands up these knees. Bring them together. Let them slowly lower to one side as you twist to the other. And then coming through center, knees go to the other side. Twisting your gaze to the opposite. Let's all come through center, resting head on the earth, centering body, stretching limbs long and wide. Let your feet topple open, your fingers gently curl in towards your palms. Space for your throat, your neck, and then close those eyes. Drop into your body for these final few minutes of peace, of bliss, of whatever comes to you here. As usual, I shall leave you here to enjoy final remaining moments of stillness. You deserve this time in Shavasana, so don't steal it away from yourself. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you at our next practice together.